Welcome everyone, a very good evening. I am Roopshri Surana. I'm a passionate learner. And whenever I feel that I need to gain in a little more knowledge, I really jumpstart into the area of interest and devour it with glee. So now I'm going to share with you my 4 very important lessons that I have had in my life till now and which has impacted me really high, and it has helped me out of that shell which I was in and emerge out as a different and a brighter side of myself. I have discovered the best version of myself using these 4 real life incidences that have happened with me, or rather I would say 4 lives little learnings. So let's get started with the first learning that I've had. We are all made up of stardust. Has anybody ever heard about this particular sentence? If you Google it up, you would get to know more about it. Google is always in our hands. I don't want you to do it right away. You can do it later on. You just type this particular, sentence. We are all made up of stardust, which only says that whatever we think, we end up making it come true. So whatever you are thinking, whatever you say to yourself happens to come out to be true, right? So what is it that we are feeling about ourselves? How do we feel about ourselves? Do we feel that we are confident? Do we trust ourselves? Do we believe in ourselves? All the chemicals that a particular star is made up of, or all the chemicals that are present in a star, are also present in each one of us present here. It says that, it's very easy to project what we are feeling inside, because perception is what projection is. What you perceive, what you believe about yourself will get manifested very soon. So it's very important for us to believe in ourselves. There's a short incident that I would like to share with you all today, which is in relation to the belief thing. This is way back to my childhood days when I was studying in my school days. We used to have a habit of going to our friend's home. So one day while I visited a friend's home, I heard her father saying, "I am a millionaire because I believe in it. I am a millionaire because I believe in it." Some way or the other, whenever we used to interact with him, he used to always mention this particular line, "I am a millionaire because I believe in it." So one day, one of my friends, out of frustration or so very getting used to this particular phrase, just asked Uncle, it is not that you're a millionaire because you believe in it. You are a millionaire, and that is the reason, and you believe in it. There's a difference between because and here. You're a millionaire and you believe in it. Sometimes you become something and you start believing in it. And on the other side, it's a catch 20. It's kind of a catch 22. Sometimes you believe in something and you become that, and sometimes you become something and you start believing in it. It's either ways. The belief is a great medicine to happiness. So self-belief is something that I have learned, and this self-belief, the trust, is what something helps us in bringing the potential that we all have. We all have amazing capabilities. We all are special. I'm sure all of us know that. Each one of us is unique. God has created us as unique, original masterpieces. So let us not die as copies. Let us be original. Let the world know what our originality is. What are we unique in? It could be anything. You might be really good in communication. You might be really good in your, convincing power. You might be great in making friends. You could be good in cooking. Whatever your uniqueness is, dig deeper, understand what it is, and find out your strength and start leveraging on your strengths. So this is one of the most important lesson that I have learned that day, that you start believing in something when you become something, or you become something and you start believing in something. There's one more thing that I would want to say. When you learn swimming, can you just get into the water only because you believe that you will not get drowned in the water and you will swim over and get to the other edge of the pool? Not really. It doesn't happen unless and until you are a Rajnikant or somebody who just gets into the ocean and the ocean starts, moving, and he doesn't move. So it happens only in the movies and not with us. So what I mean to say here is the leap of faith is something which is very important in believing in yourself. So have that faith, believe in yourself, and you will move the mountains all by yourselves. And now let me go to the second important lesson that I had is give time. You know, it's important to give time to take decisions. And this I learned in 2012 when my son turned 1 year. When he started walking for the first time, he failed. So what did I think at that time? Did I think that नहीं इससे नहीं हो पाएगा, ये नहीं कर पाएगा, इसको एक जगह बैठा देते हैं and he cannot walk? Did I do that? No, I did not do that. I made him walk again and again. I made him try again and again so that one day he could succeed, and he did, as every child does. But why, as we grow up as adults, why do we give up so easily? There have been innumerable times in our lives that we've taken up something, we wanted to pursue it, and then we were really passionate about it in the beginning. But somehow we kind of gave up only because we couldn't see the results, only because it's taking a lot of time, or because, it's something which is not in your favor, nothing is going in your favor, and we try to give up. Believe me, friends, fail is a first attempt in learning. FAIL, first attempt in learning. And it is not the end. It is not just the end. It's just the first attempt that you have learned something new. So rather than giving up, it's very important for you to create your identity. Maybe people will not notice it in the first go, but that doesn't you have to give up. Stand up, prove it again and again. Prove it again that yes, I am unique, I am identical, I have an identity. It doesn't matter whether it is in your professional front or in your personal front. I'm talking about all the homemakers, beautiful homemakers, who always keep saying that I'm just a homemaker. I do not get time to do this. I do not, I don't have time to pursue what I really want to do. I am really capable of doing something, but मैं नहीं कर पाती हूँ. Only because we don't believe and we tend to give up very easily. Do not give up and start, be persistent and be patient, because one day you'll have it as your day. Let me move ahead with my third learning, and this is something which is a very, very important lesson that I have learned. It is comparing yourself can be self-destructive as well. Sometimes comparing yourself can be self-destructive. I'm not sure, but there would be many people who might get into a controversial situation when I say this statement, because right from the childhood, our society has trained us to compare ourselves with others. बचपन से हम लोगों ने खुद को कंपेयर ही किया है. खुद ने नहीं किया है तो सोसाइटी ने किया है, पेरेंट्स ने किया है, टीचर्स ने किया है, फ्रेंड्स ने किया है, एंड gradually we start doing that, by ourselves. We start comparing ourselves with our siblings or with our friends, that you can do it and I cannot do it. So slowly this comparison becomes self-destructive and you kind of get into a shell. But on the other side of it, comparing yourself, with the successful people to get inspiration, to get motivation. If you get motivation, you get inspired by those people, please go ahead and compare yourself and get motivated. That's really awesome. But sometimes it doesn't happen that way. We get to compare with others and we feel we are less than the others. And that is what happened with me. Let me share with you a very small incident. This was not very long before. It was थोड़े साल पहले. I was very fascinated to be a TEDx speaker. I'm a professional speaker. So I was very, fascinated to be on the TEDx platform. And I was a part of a training fraternity where we had a couple of TEDx speakers. And as I said, comparing yourself with the successful people gives you motivation, gives you inspiration. But with me, yes, it was inspiring. It was, very motivating. But it all became self-destructive, or I kind of, got into a shell and I somehow started disaligning with my life and with my work, because one of my friends who was, very, very close to me got onto the TEDx talks and delivered a speech for 17 minutes. And I thought, what is it that makes him different to me? I started comparing and I started getting into a shell. it was very disheartening. It was very, I did not kind of like it. But slowly, after getting disengaged, I thought this is not what I should be doing. So I just shifted my approach to it and got associated with a lot of other clubs apart from TEDx, where I could deliver my talk and get inspired, make people inspired. And that is what I did. And believe me, I am much happier today. So sometimes do not get obsessed with comparing with others. It's very important for you to understand if this comparison is making you self-destructive, if it is, demoralizing you, it's time to shift your focus, it's time to shift your approach. It's time to move on by not comparing yourself with those people. And believe me, this social media is making life easier. At the same time, it's making our lives miserable as well. Because we get into this concept of comparing ourselves with people. Because you feel that I don't have amazing friends as I see on my Facebook account. Or, मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है vacations लेने के लिए. I see a lot of people flashing their photos and videos on the Facebook and on different Instagram and other sites. And I start comparing myself that, somehow I am not like who they are. I am not where they are. And this helps me not in the positive way, but in the negative way. So start complimenting rather than comparing. Start complimenting for what you have rather than comparing and getting obsessed with that and getting into a shell and thinking that I am lesser than the other people. So this is the third learning that I learned from my life, as I call it, as the life's little learnings, which has helped me to come out and dig deeper into myself and, understand what my strengths are, because these lessons teach us a lot of things. बहुत बार हम लोग भी खुद को कंपेयर करते रहते हैं, घर में परिवार में भी लोगों से कंपेयर करते हैं और सोचते हैं कि आई एम नॉट बेटर देन देम. बट इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी कि सब जन एक ही तरीके से लाइफ जिए. यू आर मेंट टू लिव द वे यू वांट टू लिव. यू आर नॉट सपोज टू compare with other people and live the life they are living. So start to understand that you're not supposed to compare, but you're supposed to complement yourselves. That will help you in bringing out your true potential, and that will help you in creating your unique identity. Now let me take you through the last the learning which I wanted to share with you and it is really very, very important. For the last few years, and I'm sure some of my friends who are here would be able to connect with me talking on this particular subject. For the last few years, I was, struggling to come out of this phobia called as perfectionist. The label perfectionist. I always was dying hard to get this label, the perfectionist, only because I thought I would be more loved by people. I would be more appreciated by people if I go with a tagline, I am a perfectionist. But believe me, people, on the verge of being a perfectionist, on the verge of achieving that label, somewhere my soul was deeply crying inside. I was not enjoying. I was running with so many errands. I was running all across, but I was not going anywhere. मैं बस ये भगदड़ वाली जिंदगी में जी रही थी, but I was somewhere not enjoying life. While making everybody else happy, I was not happy somewhere within. And that is when I thought I need to switch the way I am working, switch the way I am thinking. And I thought to myself that being perfect is not the ultimate thing. Sometimes it's perfectly all right to be imperfect as well, because perfection is just an illusion. It's all Mumaya. It is not reality. You cannot be perfect. I was wanting for a perfect home, a perfect husband, a perfect work and life balance, and the perfect kids too. Yes, I was wanting that. But slowly and gradually, as it was taking health, my relationship, I realized that perfectionism is not something that I should be, going for, that I should be going crazy for. It's perfectly alright to be imperfect, is what is my mantra. आपको मेरा वीडियो अच्छा लगा तो लाइक कीजिए, मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और साइड में रहे बेल आइकन को क्लिक कीजिए ताकि आपको मेरे हर एक नए वीडियो का नोटिफिकेशन मिलता रहेगा. एंड अपने दोस्तों के संग और अपनी फैमिली मेंबर्स के संग इस वीडियो को
शेयर करना मत भूलिएगा।